The original Mai Tai was created back in 1944, and a million clones and copycats and riffs have followed it ever since. But this week, we're looking at 5 of the wildest and most unique recipes sent in by you, the lovely viewers of my very tiny show. So welcome to day 1 of Mai Tai Madness week, and we're kicking off this 5-day extravaganza with a bizarre Nordic twist sent in by Frederick Granlov, who created it to celebrate Norway's National Constitution Day. This is the Syttende Mai Tai. So the name comes from Syttende Mai, or May 17th, which is Norway's Constitution Day. And Norwegians celebrate it kind of like the 4th of July, only with less fireworks and more traditional folk costumes, and a massive amount of aquavit. Now, aquavit has been the national spirit of Norway, and really just Scandinavia in general since the 1500s. It's a potato or grain spirit, but instead of being unaged like vodka, it's flavored with caraway and dill, anise, and fennel. And this really gives aquavit a distinctly savory rye bread kind of quality that you either instantly love or completely hate. But the bottle we're using today, Linie Aquavit, it's one of the greatest origin stories really in the entire world of spirits. So back in 1805, a Norwegian trading ship loaded with casks of it returned home after failing to sell its cargo in the East Indies. And when they opened the cask, they realized that the constant rolling and fluctuating of the ship and the humidity changes and temperature changes at sea had really transformed it from a harsh spirit into something that is incredibly smooth and complex. And to this day, every single drop of aquavit is loaded onto cargo ships and sent on a 4-month journey around the world, crossing the equator twice before it ever gets bottled. And you can actually look up the exact ship name and voyage dates on the back of your bottle. And now one of our viewers decided to throw this seafaring spirit into a Mai Tai. So let's check out this Nordic riff on a drink from the other side of the world and make the Syttende Mai Tai. And so first up is our simple syrup, and he asked to do a 2-to-1 to make it a bit more rich rather than doing a standard 1-to-1. So you're gonna need 1/3 of an ounce of simple syrup. Next, we need 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. So next we have what I consider kind of to be the soul of a Mai Tai. So you have orgeat, and all week we're gonna be using Liber & Company's orgeat, of which you need 1/3 of an ounce. And now for the orange liqueur, just like Trader Vic's 1944 original, we're using Pierre Ferrand dry curacao, and you need 1/2 of an ounce. And now for the star of the show, the Linie Aquavit, you need 1 3/4 ounces. And we will fill the tin with ice and whip shake. And we will dump everything directly into the glass. And the last ingredient, this is something a little different from what we're gonna be doing most of the week. We need Wray & Nephew overproof rum. But instead of putting this directly into the drink, we're gonna load it into an atomizer, and we're gonna spray it directly on top of the drink. So we're pretty much using it purely as an aromatic. So we need a few heavy sprays of Wray & Nephew overproof. And traditional garnish on this one, mint and the spent lime shell. And there she is, the Syttende Mai Tai. So this Mai Tai was actually the first one that was sent to me after I put the call out that I wanted to do viewer submitted Mai Tais for Mai Tai Madness. And so Frederick sent this in, and I even told him verbatim that like, I'm really looking forward to trying it. And I even told him I'm probably going to try it before I make it for the episode, and I did. And it's a delicious, delicious Mai Tai. It's surprisingly enough, even though aquavit is not even really close to rum, the Mai Tai itself ends up being actually really good. It ends up being almost a little bit sweeter, almost a little bit more savory than the standard Mai Tai would be. But overall, it's a solid Mai Tai. And it's one that I was excited to try because I don't really get to use aquavit that much. I have like 2 other drinks I want to try in the future. I just haven't had the chance to research the story behind those drinks yet. So I was very excited to have an aquavit Mai Tai, and it lived up to the hype. So overall, out of 10, I'm gonna give this like an 8.5. No, to hell with it. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It's a delicious, delicious Mai Tai. And it's a riff that I'm gonna be making going forward a lot because it's easy to make, and and two, it's just a delicious, delicious Mai Tai. And in the spirit of doing a riff on a Mai Tai, if you look at the ingredients, it pretty much is a Mai Tai, just swapping out the rum for something else. So it's just as easy to make as a 44 Mai Tai, and absolutely delicious. And if I'm not in the mood for just, if I want a Mai Tai, but I don't want the standard Mai Tai that I make, I'm probably gonna start reaching for the Aquavit a little bit more. And so yeah, this is, that's day one. And Syttende Mai Tai is kind of setting the baseline for the rest of the week. I'm not gonna do like a full head-to-head kind of ranking situation. I mean, they're viewer submitted, so I don't want to say really which one's the best. But I think what I'm gonna do is at the end of the week is hand out some awards for, I don't know, different categories: wildest, sweetest. I don't know. I'll figure that out. I haven't gotten that far yet. But so day one is in the books. If you have a Mai Tai you want to see featured next year, or just in general sometime throughout the year, make sure to drop the specs below in the comments or message me on Instagram. But make sure you have your notifications turned on, because we keep this fantastic week going tomorrow. So I will say tomorrow's episode features a returning person who was featured in Mai Tai Madness week last year. So you might want to tune in for tomorrow's recipe. So that all being said, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Koli Maluna, cheers and enjoy.